So everyone, tonight we have Carol Ryan from Holland America Cruise Line. She is taking the time to teach you guys some new things and just basically talk about what they have to offer for you guys. So Carol, if you want, you could introduce yourself and then just go from there.
Great. Thanks, Maggie. Good evening, everyone. My name is Carol Ryan, and I am your Business Development Manager for Holland America Line and Seabourn Cruises. So my webinar tonight is only on Holland America Line, and I'll have another webinar coming up, I believe, next month on Seabourn. So thanks for joining me today, and I'm going to go through my presentation, and then if you could save your questions till the end, and then I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have at the end. So we'll go ahead and start. So Holland America Line has been in service for 145 years. We currently have 14 ships in our fleet. Our largest vessel is the Koningsdam, which is 2,650 passengers. She came out in 2016. She's large for Holland America Line, but still mid-size for the industry. Then we have the Eurodam and New Amsterdam that are sister ships. The Maasdam and Veendam are sister ships. The Noordam, Oosterdam, Westerdam, and Zuiderdam are sister ships. The Rotterdam and Amsterdam are sister ships, and the Volendam and Zaandam are sister ships. So we have a very consistent fleet. Then our smallest vessel is the Prinsendam, which is 835 passengers. And we've made an announcement. Actually, the Prinsendam has been sold, and as of July 1st next year, she'll be leaving the Holland America fleet. So if you have anybody interested in sailing on the Prinsendam as a Holland America ship, book them before July 1st. And then the big news we have is we're introducing a brand new ship this year. In December of 2018, we're introducing the new Statendam. She will be the sister ship to the Koningsdam. And the big news also here is that Oprah Winfrey will actually be the godmother of the new Statendam. We have a partnership with O Magazine. So Oprah has been working with Holland America Line. She actually sailed on the Eurodam last year to Alaska for 2 nights for her year of adventure. So we're very excited about that partnership. So the new Statendam, some of the facts about her. Of course, the sister ship to the Koningsdam, 2,666 passengers. So it will be our largest vessel, 99,500 tons, 12 restaurants, 7 lounges, wraparound promenade deck. That's a great feature to mention. All the Holland America ships, except for the Prinsendam, because she originally was not a Holland America ship, has a wraparound teak deck. You don't find that a lot on the newer ships now, so that's a great feature for Holland America Line. Great spa, fitness center. So some of her, these are some photos of the Koningsdam, which will be the same for the new Statendam. So the artwork and decor up in the top left picture is inspired after musical instruments. So the atrium piece there actually looks like a string instrument. And then the photo down at the bottom left is a standard balcony cabin. The larger the ship, we have more categories that have balcony staterooms. And the top right is actually the dining room, main dining room with a wine tower. And then on the bottom right is World Stage, which is our main show lounge, 270-degree LED screens that wrap around the stage, which really enhances the performances. So the new Statendam will feature, her premiere season will be in the Caribbean. So December 1st, she'll sail from Rome to Fort Lauderdale. Then she'll do Caribbean all the way through till April, and then she'll make her way over to Europe. So we have a brand new ship that'll be in the Caribbean. The pricing is very attractive, so keep promoting Caribbean for us, please. So some of the areas of distinction on this new Statendam. The Pinnacle Suite, which of course used to be called the Penthouse, it's called the Pinnacle Suite, just a little bit larger. Then we have Rue Sel de Mer, which is a French restaurant on the Koningsdam and the new Statendam. It's an actual restaurant, a la carte dishes, and it's been so popular that it's popping up on the other ships. So what happens is on the other ships, in the Pinnacle Grill on our larger ships, it'll transform into one evening of Rudy Seldom Air. So it transforms into a different restaurant, and it's $49 per person. We've enlarged the Neptune Lounge, which is the concierge lounge available for Neptune Suites and Pinnacle Suites. We also, two big unique features on these brand new ships. We have family staterooms that can accommodate 5 people. There's 32 of them. They're outside accommodations. And we have 12 single staterooms, no single supplement. So great for the solo travelers. All of our ships have millions of dollars worth of artwork and antiques, and on the new Statendam, over $4 million. We have Tamarind on the new Statendam, and that is our Pan-Asian restaurant. And on new Statendam, it will actually be, we're offering alfresco dining in Tamarind, and that is $25 per person. And there's also a sushi bar there. Exploration Central, EXC, is an area where we immerse the passenger in the destination. So on our larger ships, the Crow's Nest has been transformed into EXC, where we have EXC guides, and we'll have all information on the destination they're traveling to so the passenger can learn where they're traveling to. We have the Full Music Walk, which is 3 venues of live music, and then we have America's Test Kitchen in our Culinary Arts Centers. One of the unique features on the new Statendam and Koningsdam only is Blend. This is a wine blending area. It's an activity the passengers pay for. It's $79 per person. They'll enjoy a wine lecture. It can accommodate about 10 people. They'll taste from the 5 barrels of red wine. They'll blend their own wine. We'll bottle it for them, and they can create their own label, and we serve it to them at dinner. The Culinary Arts Center on the Koningsdam and New Statendam is actually a restaurant in the evening as well. On the other ships, it's just a demonstration kitchen that is located within the Queen's Lounge or the Wayang Theater on our smaller ships. But unique to the new larger ships is actually a restaurant as well. So we have the demonstration, cooking demonstrations going on here, and cooking classes available for an additional charge. Also unique to the Koningsdam and New Statendam, we have an area called the Grand Dutch Cafe, where passengers will be able to enjoy Dutch treats and Heineken on tap and Dutch snacks. So it's just an area located up near the atrium area. Of course, we always have our beautiful spas, the Greenhouse Spa. This is the hydrotherapy pool on the new Statendam. Plenty of spa treatments available for your clients. And here's a shot of the single room. It's an outside cabin, which is great, at 172 square feet. The bed is a full-size bed, so these have been so popular. So again, any single travelers, look at the Koningsdam or the new Statendam. Then we have our family staterooms. These accommodate 5 people. These are ideal for families with small children. The queen-size bed there splits into 2 twins, and then there's an upper berth that pops down, and then 2 can be accommodated on the sofa bed. What's great about this cabin is, in addition to the bathroom, there's an additional shower and vanity area, so 2 showers in this stateroom. So there's 4 areas that Holland America focuses on for the guest experience. The first is the carefully crafted journeys. We're always creating different itineraries, unique itineraries. We have a high repeat passenger ratio, so we always are looking for unique itineraries for our guests. And then our culinary excellence. We invest quite a bit in our culinary experience. We have a culinary council that we work with. We have some great new entertainment options. And then our classic style. We've earned it over 145 years, our classic style with our mid-size ships. So we travel to all of these destinations with our 14 ships. And don't forget about our grand voyages as well. We have longer voyages, over 100 days for clients if they wanted to take a world cruise. So the first destination I want to focus on is the Caribbean. We could really use your help in the Caribbean. And this is our little tagline, best, new, most, more. And what that means is the best as far as we offer the best private island experience with our private island Half Moon Key. New, meaning the new Statendam's premiere season. Most, with the diverse choice of ports, and you can always combine with a Cuba or Panama Canal cruise, and more space, less crowds. We actually carry less passengers on our ships. We can accommodate more, but we always want to travel a little bit less because we can allow more room for for our guests. So these are some of the itineraries that we offer for the Caribbean, and they're mainly round trip Fort Lauderdale. We also have round trip Tampa Caribbean itineraries. The private island is amazing. You can do shore excursions. We have horseback by land and sea. Your guests can rent villas, beachside cabanas. There's plenty of water sports equipment available to rent, and beautiful white sand beach. We have a Stingray Lagoon experience there. A kids aqua park is there. So it's voted the best private island, and it's really a highlight of our cruises. Cuba is a hot destination, and Holland America travels to Cuba on the Veendam, one of our smaller ships. We started December of last year. We have 7 to 15-day itineraries, Fort Lauderdale or Boston round trip, and then you could also combine with Cuba as well. And some of the itineraries include 2 ports of call in Cuba, Havana and Cienfuegos. And here's a sample of some of those itineraries. So if you wanted to extend for Cuba and the Caribbean, that's a great option there. And guests traveling to Cuba, we are under the people-to-people program, which means when the ships arrive in Cuba, everyone has to get off and participate in a shore excursion. You'll want to make sure your guests have, of course, a valid passport, travel affidavit, and Cuba-issued visa. And you can purchase the visas through Holland America Line at $75 per person. And GoHal.com, our travel agent website, is where you can find all that information on Cuba, a lot of Q&A on Cuba. So make sure you're checking that out if you have clients traveling to Cuba. Some of the featured tours that we offer, of course, the Tropicana is always one of the most popular excursions, as well as Ernest Hemingway's Hangouts and Hideaways tour, and the Classic Car tour as well. Another destination I like to focus on is Panama Canal. We have our longer Panama Canal cruises where they can be up to 22 days, and the longer the cruise, at least 15 days or so, would give you a full daylight transit through the Panama Canal. We do have shorter Panama Canal itineraries, but it's a great destination. And also on HAL Academy, we do have destination courses that you can take. So if you're selling a specific destination, you can take like a 20-minute course on that destination on HAL Academy, which you can access by going to gohal.com. So it's a great destination and includes also our private island Half Moon Cay. And then these are the 10-day cruises and 11-day cruises, round trip Fort Lauderdale. Again, the ship would go into Gatun Lake and come back out, so it is not a full daylight transit. But if you have a client that doesn't have the time, this will at least give them the experience of going through the Panama Canal. Experience Japan. We have some great Japan and Asia itineraries. And on our Westerdam, one of our larger ships, we offer more overnight stays in Shanghai and several stops in Japan as well. And we offer signature experiences in Hong Kong and Singapore. And what the signature experience is, it's a complimentary 2-night free hotel package for suite guests. And then, of course, we have EXC onboard programming. And the Westerdam has all of our upgrades. So she's a great larger ship that's traveling to Asia. One of our most popular destinations is Alaska. Holland America is the leader in Alaska. We've been providing tours to Alaska for 70 years. We have 7 of our ships in Alaska every year. We offer 4 cruise-only itineraries, and then we offer 13 land and sea journeys. So the blue circles on the presentation here are the cruise-only itineraries. So it's important that you see when you travel on a cruise only to Alaska, your clients are only going to see 1% of Alaska. If they have the time, you should recommend a land and sea journey where they can be on the ship as little as 3 days, 4 days, or 7 days plus land. So a sample of a land and sea journey would be they'd fly into Fairbanks, stay overnight in Fairbanks, they'd take a motor coach to Denali, about 4.5 hours. They would then stay in Denali. You have a choice of 1, 2, or 3 nights in Denali. Then they would take our McKinley Explorer domed rail car from Denali to Anchorage, which is about an 8-hour ride. Then they'd motor coach to Seward, board the ship in Seward, and sail to Vancouver for 7 days. That's a basic land and sea journey, one of our most popular land and sea journeys. The preference on the land and sea journey is to do the land first and the cruise last. The idea is you're up early, you're changing hotels, you're on motor coaches, you're on trains. The guests like to relax and be pampered on the cruise ship. So it's always worth it to offer a land and sea journey, more revenue for your agency, more commission for you as well. So, and you never know how many times your client is going to be able to go back to Alaska. And also, we have 4 cruise-only itineraries, and next year we've added another itinerary. We are offering 3 21-day round-trip San Francisco cruises to Alaska, the ultimate Alaska cruise. Round-trip San Francisco for 21 days. We have 2 departures in May and 1 departure in June. A new feature we've added in Denali is the Denali Square, which is located in the McKinley Chalet Resort property. Holland America owns the McKinley Chalet Resorts. So Denali Square is just a new activity area, a new boardwalk. It has an artist in residence cabin. It has a 2-level restaurant, fire pits, walking path, amphitheater, the Gold Nugget Saloon where they can enjoy the music of Denali. So it's just an area that the passengers can enjoy. If you are booking a land and sea journey, I recommend they stay 2, if not 3 nights in Denali. 1 night is not enough. Also for 2019, we've created a new guest accommodations in Denali. We have 55 junior suites, so their clients can upgrade to a junior suite at $99 per person per night. So those will be complete by our season next year for 2019. So that's exciting new news. And then Grand Voyages, don't forget if your clients are looking for a unique port of call, check out our Grand Voyages. They can always take segments of Grand Voyages. So we have our Grand Asia Pacific starting in the fall of this year. We have our Grand World Cruise, and then the Grand South America Antarctica voyage in January. Our 2020 Grand Voyage is booking nicely as well, and that's 128 days. So the signature experiences, those are what I mentioned. Those are great. I would recommend if you have made any bookings for suites to see if a signature experience is available on that cruise. On selected sailings, if your clients book a suite, they're entitled to a complimentary 2-night package, hotel stay that includes transfers and probably a sightseeing or exclusive event. And it's in the iconic cities, major ports of calls, but it is always only a pre-hotel stay, 2-night pre, complimentary for suites. If you have like a group traveling or other friends traveling and they're not in a suite, they could purchase this signature experience. But it is complimentary. So if you've made any bookings for suites, see if that signature experience applies. And it's all with those different destinations. So here's a shot of EXC Central, and this is the Crow's Nest area. It used to be called the Crow's Nest, and we've just remodeled the area and has more of these digital tables where you can click on the port of call and it gives you all kinds of information. And when the passengers go ashore, we can give them physical maps. And there's also an area there where there's chairs and set up like a lecture area, so we can do port lectures. So it's just an area where we immerse the passengers in the destination, and we also give them physical maps when they go ashore. So EXC has been so popular, our passengers are very interested in being educated on where they're traveling to. So we've taken it to another level, and we call them EXC in-depth voyages, where we have sailings on the Maasdam only starting in the fall of this year, and it's an expedition type of experience. The Maasdam is under 1,300 passengers, and these are the itineraries. It's all focused on the South Pacific. They're longer voyages. There's no children's program on these sailings, and it's only on the Maasdam right now. There's no America's Test Kitchen on these sailings because the chef will be cooking local cuisine. And it's different onboard programming as well. So you're not going to have all the large production shows. Again, more local entertainment. And after the South Pacific, the ship next summer is going to be making their way over to do Alaska and then over to Yokohama. So that's the ship that's coming over to do the 21-day round-trip San Francisco cruises. And so that's very exciting. And those are the Maasdam EXC in-depth voyages. So these are some of the experts and curators that are on board the sailings. We are going to have EXC guides and curators on the sailings that are doing presentations and workshops. So there's going to be 6 themes that they can concentrate on, that they can focus on. So they could go to a photography lecture in the morning and a food and wine lecture in the afternoon. And then we would recommend shore excursions that they can go on, that they could use the skills that they just learned in their lecture or workshop. So again, it's what they learn on board, they take ashore. So there's these 6 themed areas of programming that's going on board the ship. So those are our EXC in-depth voyages to delve deeper. So as far as other destinations, we travel all over the world. Those are just a few I had highlighted. Of course, we have South America, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, New England, Mexico, round trip San Diego, several Europe departures, Bermuda from Boston, Hawaii cruises that are round trip San Diego, Vancouver, or Los Angeles, and then, of course, our grand voyages. And I do like to always highlight my San Francisco departures. So I have the 20-day canal leaving San Francisco September 29th. We'll have a canal coming in the spring, and then those 3 San Francisco round-trip departures on the Maasdam, and then the San Francisco to Yokohama departure. So those are my San Francisco departures in or out of San Francisco. So to focus now on the cuisine on board Holland America, we invest quite a bit in the dining experience. We have a culinary council that we work with. We have 6 renowned chefs that work with our master chef, Rudy Sodeman. Some of these chefs, you may recognize their names from the Food Network. They come together, they swap recipes, they create dishes. There's something served by the Culinary Council on every one of our ships in every dining venue. And we have 2 new chefs we've added in the last year, Andy Matsuda, the sushi expert, as well as Ethan Stoll, who has an amazing restaurant up in Seattle. So they've come together to create some delicious dining options. So as far as dining, you, of course, have the main dining room, 2 levels. The lower level of the dining room is open dining. The dining room is open between 5:15 and 9 p.m. And then the upper level is fixed dining, which is 5:45 or 8 p.m. Make sure you book your clients on one of those dining options, either open, early, or main. And Pinnacle Grill is the Pacific Northwest cuisine restaurant on all of our ships, $35 to dine there per person. Canaletto's is the Italian restaurant sharing dishes located in the Lido. That is $15 per person. Tamarind, I mentioned the Pan Asian, $25 per person. And Rudy Celle de Mer, the a la carte, is $49 per person French restaurant. So here's a shot of Tamarind, the Pan Asian restaurant with the alfresco dining on the side. And then your casual dining options We have the Lido Market, which is the Lido area. Great choices, a lot of variety there. We'll have an Asian station, Italian station. There's salad bar, sandwich bar, so there's some great choices. Up on the top there we have Dive In, which is your gourmet hamburgers, hot dogs, and French fries that are complimentary, served out by the pool area. And of course, the Lido Market items are also complimentary. New York Deli and Pizza, complimentary. And the Grand Dutch Cafe on the Koningsdam and New Statendam, that is a for charge, the Dutch treats. And we do have a gelato bar on the New Statendam and Koningsdam for charge, but all the ships have a complimentary ice cream bar. So the gelato bar is in addition to the complimentary ice cream bar. So as I mentioned, As You Wish Dining is the dining program, which is the open early or main dining. And then we also have 24-hour room service. It's not a limited room service menu, and you can order items from some of the restaurants. There will be a charge for, like, if you wanted to order a dive-in burger, something special might have a small charge to it. Also, we have a wine curator now that works with Holland America Line, James Suckling. So, of course, he provides great wine selection tips on our menus. And entertainment. I like this picture. This was actually on the Koningsdam when we introduced the ship, and those are LED screens in the back. So she's singing a Whitney Houston song, and then Whitney is singing it with her in the background. It was really amazing. So it really enhances the performance. So the world stage, as I mentioned, is the main show lounge. Of course, all the ships have a casino, and the Koningsdam and the New Statendam have an outdoor movie screen located by the pool area there. And all the ships have the ocean bar. The New Statendam and the Koningsdam has Notes, which is a whiskey tasting bar. Those are the only ships that offer that. So this is just an up-close picture of the LED screens in the world stage, and these are our Lincoln Center stage musicians, and they do a live concert to BBC Earth footage that goes along the screens. Amazing presentation that we offer. And Music Walk, one of the most popular features on our larger ships. We offer Music Walk, which is 3 venues of live music. We have the B.B. King's Blues Club that plays 3 sets a night, 45 minutes each. We also have Lincoln Center Stage, which is your classical chamber music. And we have Billboard on Board, which are dueling pianos. So we have something for everyone. And here's the shot of the B.B. King's Blues Club. So popular. They perform in the Queen's Lounge. Really great new entertainment option. This is a photo of Billboard on Board, the dueling piano. So it's very popular. To the right is the casino, and this is on the way from walking out of the main show lounge. So a lot of activity going on late in the evening. We also refurbished, on the larger ships, we had a Northern Lights nightclub, which really wasn't utilized too much. So we created the Gallery Bar that has iconic pictures. We serve specialty cocktails, and that's right across from that Billboard on Board. And activities, I mentioned Exploration Central. Blend, I mentioned, of course, America's Test Kitchen. The chefs will be on board from America's Test Kitchen, and they'll be doing the cooking demonstrations and the cooking classes. Our partnership with BBC Earth. We also have a partnership with Windows where we offer complimentary computer workshops, very popular. Greenhouse Spa is our spa company that we use. And then Club Howl, of course, is the children's program for ages 3 through 17. Our partnership with O Magazine, so we have some great onboard programming that mirrors O Magazine. We'll have, healthy eating seminars, fashion shows, yoga, and book club as well. Oprah, as I mentioned, sailed with us last year, and she will, of course, be our godmother for the New Statendam. Holland America has the largest staterooms in the industry. This is just a shot of a standard veranda stateroom. And the Neptune Lounge, one of our larger suites. the Neptune Suite. Groups, I highly encourage you to go after group business, affinity group business. It's a great way to grow your business. And we have a connections group program for small affinity groups. So if you have any groups that are less than 30 passengers, 24 guests or fewer, I can offer you 1 for 10 TC, but it's a maximum of 2 TC beds and 2 extra GAP points. GAP points are group advantage points where you can redeem those GAP points for amenities. So it's a type of group where you know it's not going to keep growing because you're not going to earn any more tour conductor beds. So if it's a family reunion, it's ideal for somebody who comes in and says, I have 10 or 12 cabins. All you have to do is email me and I will get the group contract updated. And that's called a connections group offering 1 for 10 TC because the standard TC is 1 for 15. So it's a great advantage. And the 2 extra GAP points. GAP Plus, we designate sailings as GAP Plus sailings where we offer an additional 1% bonus commission and a bottle of sparkling wine if you end up booking 5 cabins in the group. And this is something that you don't have to send any paperwork on. When the group is finalized, if it's a GAP Plus sailing, the group department will just add those amenities. And to the right there, you have the group block forms. So if you are promoting a group, you can go on to gohal.com, our travel agent website, click on the groups tab, and you can click on group block form. And that's a great way to look and see what we're offering. You can filter the products tab and click on the destination you want, and it gives all the sailings that apply. It gives GAP point value. It'll tell you if it's a GAP Plus sailing, and it'll also give you a lead-in price. So that's a great place to check if you're going to be blocking group space. I just want to mention our international policy. We do not allow you to book non-U.S. citizens, but in the sales department, I can get you an exception where your agency, Pro Travel, can book 5 international bookings a year. So if you have an international booking, just send me an email with the booking number, and I'll make sure your commission gets protected on the individual booking. So don't shy away if you have a non-U.S. resident that wants to book, because sometimes it could be a relative of a U.S. resident. So we don't want you to lose that commission. So it's 5 bookings a year, and just send me an email and I can get the commission protected. So our travel agent website is called Partnerships. You can use gohal.com link to get to that website. And there's a lot of great information on the website. You can access Polar online. You can also click on the promo toolkit and create emails, banner ads, flyers, and also HAL Academy, our online training program, can be accessed through that. So the promo toolkit, this gives you an idea of what it looks like. You can create these amazing flyers or emails within minutes. And what's great about it is someone says, oh, send me a deal on Alaska. You can go in, click on up to 5 Alaska sailings, and it'll give you the best price for Alaska that day. You can pop in your logo, very professional. The flyer's great. If you do have a group, you can create your own flyer as well. So HAL Academy, the online training program, we've actually have some new features and updated the rewards for HAL Academy. There are core courses you can take, and then there's also specialist courses on the different destinations. So new rewards are available now for HAL Academy. And also, if you take HAL Academy by the end of September, your name will be entered to win a cruise on the new Statendam. Another thing I wanted to point out, on gohal.com, the partnerships website, you can find the Fleet Enhancement Overview Flyer. And what this is it gives you an idea of what ships have what features, because the smaller ships do not have B.B. King's Blues Club. So you want to make sure you're quoting correctly. So if you have someone sailing on the Eurodam, you can find the Eurodam on the left, And then all the way across there, the diamonds show what features are available on the Eurodam. So you can see exactly what is being offered on the Eurodam. The smaller ships don't have a dedicated EXC space. They do have onboard programming, though. So just want to be clear on what's available on the ships. If you have somebody that likes the idea of the whiskey tasting, notes is only on the Koningsdam and New Statendam. So this is a great flyer for you to refer to. Our current promotion right now is Explore 4. It's one of our most popular promotions because it includes the signature beverage package. The beverage package equates to up to 15 drinks a day. The cost of the drinks are up to $9 per drink. And if they are selecting a drink that is over $9, they have to pay for that drink outright. They can't credit their beverage package towards a more expensive drink. So all drinks up to $9 are covered in the beverage package. As travel agents, you know, when there's an offer like this, if the clients, for example, don't drink alcohol, they might not see the value of this signature beverage package. They might want the lower rate. So there's always a higher rate attached when there's a rich promotion to this. But the beverage packages also covers your specialty coffees. It covers bottled water. It covers sodas, so that's available as well. It also includes dinner in the Pinnacle Grill for the first two in the cabin, and free or reduced fares for third and fourth passengers, reduced deposit, and if you are booking a suite for your guests, it also would include a shipboard credit up to $200. So that actually concludes my webinar, and if there's any questions, we can open it up for questions.
Definitely. Let's go ahead and start that. All right, everyone is unmuted. Does anybody have any questions for Carol?
Yeah. Hi, Carol. My name is Dawn, and I have a question. A lot of people talk about Holland America. What is the average age group that sails with Holland?
Well, a lot of times it also, and with any cruise line, it depends on the destination. Your average Holland America passenger on a 7-day cruise is 55, 58 years old, and the shorter the cruise, the warmer the weather, the younger the clientele. Okay. Any cruises that are 10 days or longer is when your demographic goes up.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Anyone else? Normally that happens. So what we could do is, we could definitely conclude our webinar today. That's a lot of information that you've gone over with me, so it's always good to have a refresher. But yeah, thank you so much, and we're going to go ahead and post this for our agents that missed out on the webinar.
Great. And if anyone has any questions, just go ahead and email me, cryan@hollandamerica.com, and I'm happy to help you out.
Awesome. Well, everybody have a great night. Thank you so much, Carol, for taking this time to do this webinar for us, and we'll go ahead and schedule you for another series of this learning with you. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.